So what do you think needs to be in place to have this conversation and how you mentioned internal alignment and strategy. How can a partner leader be prepped to have this conversation and make sure their I's are dotted and their T's are crossed?
Well, I think every partner leader needs to start their own, if they haven't already, start their own 28 moments. And I think listening to this is one of those key moments that I need to learn a lot more. My
Mhm.
company that I'm in has a certain TAM, SAM, and SOM, target addressable market, service available market, and serviceable obtainable market.
Mhm.
I need to know my job as a partner leader is to know those two lower numbers. Everybody on my board, every investor we've got, my CEO walks around with our TAM every day. They don't know where the cash registers are around the world. If you're in security, for example, 91.5% of it goes through partners, indirect. That's where, if you're selling donuts or hamburgers or coffee, as a company and you're franchising, you have to put a restaurant on every street corner of the world. You have to understand where the money flows. Once you figure out that, then you got to work backwards and figure out how do I reduce friction, kind of within that. How do I make sure we surround that revenue, the seven
Mhm.
partners that are talking to that particular customer? There's things that break out from there. And I would be on this mission to understand in my world how big marketplaces are today, how big they're going to be tomorrow, and what that looks like for the next 3 to 5 years. And then I want to get in front of that to say, are we doing the right things? I mean, getting a listing is, kind of step one, but it has no impact on anything. Just because you're there doesn't mean you're found. It's the old Google SEO problem again. Just because you wrote a blog, it doesn't mean anyone's ever going to find it or see it out there in the ether. So how do you surround? There's a lot of physical and personal things. Like how do you surround this marketplace? How would you market to, through, and with and inside these marketplaces? What
Mhm.
would I do around the people that drive this to influence them? And there's so many elements that just are outside of the technical elements of getting a listing and making sure it ranks high and stuff like that. So there's a lot to be learned, and there's a lot of experts around writing books at the moment on how to kind of navigate your way into marketplace success. And there's marketing elements to it, there's sales elements to it, there's programmatic elements to it, and there's things you need to do as a platform company. I just wrote 5,000 words on this last week on a LinkedIn newsletter, with 13 directional things to go do if you want to be successful in this kind of platform economy.